Nigeria, like many other nations, has been plagued by corruption and a lack of true leadership for decades. As the nation struggles to build a prosperous and just society, it is crucial to critically examine those responsible for laying the foundation of this deep-rooted problem. The recent gathering, hosted by Bola Tinubu, for the governors of the class of 1999 to 2007, serves as a stark reminder of the pervasive issue of celebrating criminals and failed leaders in the Nigerian political landscape. Hello and welcome to Enimaar TV, your trusted source for unbiased analysis of Nigerian political events. In this broadcast, we aim to shed light on the actions of this class of corruption and the consequences they have had on Nigeria's democracy and its citizens. It is only in Nigeria that criminals and those who have failed the people are celebrated as leaders. This is a sad state of affair that needs to be urgently addressed. Recently, the new president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, hosted the governors of class of 1999 to 2007. These individuals were the people who laid the foundation for the current political corruption and the failed democracy in Nigeria. The class of 1999 to 2007 governors represents an era marked by widespread corruption and political mismanagement. During their tenures as governors, these individuals exploited their positions to amass personal wealth at the expense of their states and its citizens. Public funds meant for development and improvement of infrastructure were diverted into private accounts and overseas investments, leaving many states in a state of perpetual poverty and underdevelopment. Some of these former governors have been convicted and jailed abroad. One notable example is the former Delta State Governor, Chief James Ononafe Ibori. He was arrested in Dubai and subsequently jailed in the UK for money laundering. These individuals chose to have their healthcare and their children's education abroad, while they neglected to develop adequate healthcare and educational systems within their own states. Their preferred tourist destinations include the United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Surprisingly, a number of these former governors regarded the Nigerian Senate as a comfortable retirement destination once their governorship terms are concluded. One prominent illustration of this trend is Mr. Orji Karlu, who has held a seat in the Nigerian Senate since his departure from the governorship of Abia State in 2007. These ex-governors shamelessly exploited the wealth and resources of their respective states for personal gains, disregarding the welfare of their citizens. They enriched themselves at the expense of the people they were meant to serve, leaving the standard of living for ordinary Nigerians in disarray. The contrast between the lavish lifestyles of these former governors and the dire conditions faced by their constituents is nothing short of alarming. While they enjoy world-class healthcare, send their children to prestigious schools abroad, and frequent luxurious tourist destinations, their citizens struggle to access even basic healthcare and quality education. The irony of these leaders seeking comfort and security overseas while their people suffer in Nigeria is a glaring testament to their failure as representatives of the people. These corrupt leaders established the foundation that fostered an environment where there is no accountability and transparency. With minimal repercussions for their misconduct, they perpetuated a culture of impunity, normalizing corruption within Nigeria's political sphere. Regrettably, the Nigerian Senate has often become a convenient retirement home for some failed governors after their tenures. Rather than being held accountable for their actions and facing the consequences of their corruption, they find refuge in the very institutions meant to uphold the rule of law and protect the interests of the citizens. This practice not only perpetuates the cycle of corruption but also undermines the integrity of the legislative body, leaving ordinary Nigerians to question the purpose of democracy when the voices of criminals seem to be amplified over the cries of the oppressed. The impact of the actions of the class of 1999 to 2007 extended well beyond their respective tenures. Through the misappropriation of their state's wealth and resources, as well as planting successors to maintain their influence, they have perpetuated a system that privileges a select few, while systematically marginalizing the majority of the population. Consequently, this growing wealth gap has widened the social divide, leading to feelings of frustration, anger, and hopelessness among the Nigerian people. This class of corruption should be addressed and condemned by all well-meaning Nigerians. Those who have squandered the resources of the nation must be held accountable for the damage they have caused. It is unacceptable that such individuals, who have hindered the growth and development of Nigeria, are allowed to walk free, and be celebrated by those in power. Nigeria cannot move forward without acknowledging and addressing its past and present shortcomings. The celebration of criminals, and failed leaders in the class of 1999 to 2007, only serves to reinforce the corrosive elements that continue to hinder Nigeria's progress. As a nation, it is essential that Nigerians demand accountability from the leaders and break free from the grip of corruption and impunity that has held the nation hostage for far too long. It is imperative for Nigerians to come together in their quest for a fair and transparent political landscape that genuinely reflects the desires and aspirations of the people. The nation cannot afford to glorify criminals or those who have let the country down. Only by holding corrupt leaders accountable, fostering a culture of transparency, and empowering ethical and visionary leaders can Nigeria hope to overcome its challenges and build a prosperous and equitable future for all its citizens. Thank you for tuning in to Enimaar TV, your reliable source for unbiased analysis of Nigerian political events. We hope that this thoughtful discussion has shed light on the pressing issue of corruption and failed leadership in Nigeria. The class of 1999 to 2007, with their legacy of corruption, has left a lasting impact on Nigeria's democracy and the lives of its citizens. The fight against corruption and the pursuit of a better Nigeria does not end here. Nigerians should come together as a united force to rebuild the nation and create a brighter future for generations to come. We encourage all our viewers to engage in this critical conversation. Subscribe to Enimaar TV to stay updated on more thought-provoking discussions like this one. Like and comment on this video to share your thoughts and ideas. Your feedback is essential to help us continue bringing you content that matters and resonates with the heartbeat of Nigerians. Thank you for being part of the Enimaar TV community. Together, we can make a difference and work towards a Nigeria where transparency, justice, and good governance prevail. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and let's continue striving for a better and prosperous Nigeria.